What's going on, my friends, my foes, and who knows? Welcome to the 502 coming at you. And we got stuff to talk about.
Yes, we
Very
do.
nice. Very nice.
That's right. All right, everybody. As you can see, we got a very special guest on the 502 podcast tonight. Miss Anoka herself, member of the women's basketball team here at SMSU. Miss Lily Schoknecht, everybody. Round of applause, yes.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Glad to have you. Thanks for joining us. Very happy to have you.
We're going to be doing some questions with her tonight, going around the panel. I'll lead it off. Real simple here. What were some of the things, one or two things that drew you to SMSU here? Okay.
So, as you said before, I'm from Anoka, Halloween capital of the world. So, toot, it's kind of our season.
Big time of the year right now there.
And the Anoka population is about 17,000 people. So when I was kind of looking at Marshall and looking to play basketball, I knew I didn't really want somewhere where I was not overlooked, but somewhere where I could just thrive,
sure.
Knowing people, knowing my teachers, stuff like that. So definitely class size, having my major, and being able to play basketball.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. I'll go next. So pregame rituals. Do you have any like pregame rituals that you do, or you like a meal or something you have to have before a game?
So this is funny. When I came in, the program itself was growing. So we were not very good, and now we're growing into being a really good team. And when I first came in high school, my little thing was if I wasn't playing very good, my mom would always bring Skittles to the bench at halftime.
Skittles!
And she'd be like, she'd say her one or two things. She didn't know a lot about basketball, so she was just proud of me all the time. And so that kind of turned over, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have sweets like before games or whatever. And I brought a little bag of watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Love them.
And I love those, of course.
Very nice.
First time that I brought them to the bench, coach was like, what are those doing here? I was like, just let me do my thing.
Let it
I was
run
like,
its course.
This is my thing. I'm just doing it. So that's kind of something that stands out.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That's great.
I love it.
That's like old Marshawn Lynch with the Skittles on the sideline there.
Okay, I'll ask more of the personal and fun questions. So to start off with that, who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, geez. Well, I watched your guys' Celebrity Crush.
Yep.
And I was a little bit sad that no one said Christina Aguilera for girls. Because if you saw her in Burlesque, that was my biggest girl crush when she was in Burlesque.
Wow,
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
And then for guys, I think I just got to go Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
I think he is so cool.
That's a great pick.
Him and Blake Lively and all of his movies, I think personality, looks, everything.
Who had Blake Lively? Was that you?
I think it was Andy.
And I said Ryan Reynolds is like the only guy deserving of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome.
Good one.
That's a great pick.
Love it. Okay. Let's see here. Other schools. What were some of the top picks for other schools you were thinking about going to besides here?
So 3 hours was the perfect distance for me.
Yeah.
If you know me, I go home quite often. My sister is 6 years younger than me, so she just started high school this year. So when I was thinking about schools, I was like, being the older sister, I was like, I really don't want to go far away. And so,
is she a basketball player too?
Yeah, she just does that. She's the cooler sister. I'm going to be honest.
Oh wow!
Compared to me,
shout out. Okay.
Yeah, she's smart and she just does her own thing and she doesn't care about anyone's opinion. She's just smart and thriving in high school.
Okay.
So she's awesome. But I didn't want to be too far away from them, so I really looked at kind of St. Cloud too, just because Anoka's like an hour-ish away. And so really in my search, it was more through basketball. So, I had kind of looked at other places in the NSIC, but, once I came on campus and talked to the girls, I was like, I think I kind of want to be here with them. So
it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. So keeping it with that, what is your favorite SMSU basketball, sport memory or moment? Do you have one that just kind of, stands out?
So this is funny just because of the time of the year, but last year for Halloween, last year with everything going on with COVID, it was just crazy. We were not really in a bubble, but kind of in a bubble with our teammates. And, you know, Coach Webb was just like, be safe and whatever, like anyone would say. And we're totally down with it. Like, we knew what we were going to be and how special we were going to be. But last year for Halloween, we bought a bunch of bald caps and we all dressed up as Coach Webb in different.
That's great.
So like half of us dressed up as like in the game Coach Webb, and then he always wears this travel suit that has like a black hood and he wears his headphones. Oh yeah. Half of us wore that, and then he always wears like the same thing to practice. It's like he has like 3 shirts. I think he alternates, and like 2 gray shorts. And so we all just dressed up in our bald caps, and it was so funny.
That's awesome. That's hilarious. Jerry, what do you got?
What do you got for us, Jared?
The next one is a 2-part question. I'm going to need 2 answers. So who on the team would you let and not let date your son?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Take your time with this one.
This is great.
Who is going to be put on blast?
Yeah. Take your time.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, to let date my son, definitely Malia Reinhardt. She's one of my roommates. Casey, if you're watching, I know you guys are going to watch this. You are amping me up all night about this, but so definitely Malia. I would, and then not
This
let.
is what I'm waiting for. This is what I want to know.
I think. Oh, geez. I think maybe. Oh, I think maybe Jenna.
Wow.
I think Jenna Borchers.
Jenna. Okay.
I don't know why. I just feel.
We won't make you say why.
No.
You don't have to say why. You can if you want to, but
no. I think it would just.
You feel what you feel.
I think it would just be Jenna.
Okay.
Just for the best reasons. I would let her date my son too, but if I had to pick one person, it would probably just be her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Andy could not date my daughter.
There you go. Yeah.
You could do.
That's fair.
Well, I'd consider.
There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, more of a game question here. What do you say was the biggest adjustment from high school basketball to college basketball for you personally in the game?
Okay. I think it's funny. Coach Webb says this every single year. I bet every coach says this every single year. But the freshmen, especially myself, will come in and you were like the star on your team. Like you were the team.
Yes,
totally. Or at least at Anoka, like we had 3 other girls, shout out to them, but that were really good. And that's how we were able to go to state, because most high school girls teams, and maybe even boys, if you look into it, they have like 1 or 2 girls. And then, you know, if you have 3 girls, then no one can guard them. So it's kind of a big deal. And so you like come in and you're just doing way too much. And it's so funny because it happens every year and you don't realize it until after you've grown past your part as being a freshman.
Yep.
But so I think just like coming in and being like, in high school, I was like, I need to get the ball. I need to score, 15 to 20 points for us to win. I need to guard the best girl.
Right. Yeah.
So I think just coming in and being like, hey, this is our system. This is, what your job is to do. I think that was kind of a big adjustment.
I think we have talked about that
many times. Yeah.
And it applies to every sport. It applies to every sport, and it's so important. Because like you said, people definitely come in with a little bit of an ego, which you should.
Right.
And you quickly learn that you might need to play more of a role, or you might need to make adjustments in your game and do different things. And that's very, very true, because it applies to baseball. We see it all the time. It applies to most sports. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to come to college with a clean slate, because if you come with the mindset you were the person, or you were the, whatever at your high school, which when you play in college, most people were the studs at their high school. That's just how it works.
Exactly.
And if you come to your team with that attitude that I'm the stud, when everybody else on your team was also the stud, you just got to kind of change your mindset. And some people can't handle that. They can't handle going from being the stud that everybody praises to just another person on the team.
A lot of people can.
Yeah. But now that you say that, it's funny, because it's not, it's like when people come in, it'll be like, oh, we went to state. Like, not that I flexed on that, but I was giving, like, we had 3 girls, so we were able to do that. But like, people will be like, I scored by 1,000 points. I was this.
Yes.
And like, every girl on our team, you can go down and be like, check.
Yeah. Like everybody did
that. That way that they come in with ego. but just that like they were the person, like their go-to, and it's hard to fit into that role, as you said.
Very tough. Very tough.
Yeah, very well said.
So what is your prediction for a record this year? So you guys got 22 NSIC games. What's Lily's prediction on a record?
You guys are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
People ask me this all the time because I'll give some backstory. So my freshman year I came in, I said before we were doing a rebuilding, I want to say we were 5-26 my freshman year. We were maybe 10 and whatever the math is for that my sophomore year. And then last year it was supposed to be a big year, but
you guys were you were fun to watch. I think did we watch them? We every single game.
I've told you this. We watched every game.
But
we watched every game. Yeah.
Yeah, and then last year we had a winning record, which we only got to play 12 games, but still a winning record, and it was just a huge deal. And it's so funny because after the games, they'll tweet out like things that are supposed to be really impressive, but it'll be like our freshman year, I think we beat like Mankato, and it was like SMSU beats Mankato for the first time in 15 years. And I was like,
it's embarrassing.
I was like, let's just say that we won. I was like, just scratch that.
I totally feel that. Yeah.
But
at least you guys beat Cato.
No
we never have.
Retweet. Yes.
Hey, come on. We don't need it.
But
let's keep it positive.
Yeah. But for a record this year, I think probably losing maybe 9 games, whatever that'll be, on the upside.
Sure.
I think we're really, getting to stride. So, I mean, you want to be good at the end of the season.
You bring a lot of returners.
Yeah, I think I just saw a tweet and it was, don't quote me on this, but it was like we're returning 95% of scorers, 98 or 93% of assists, or 93% of playing time, and 85% of rebounding.
Isn't Teskey kind of really the only one, the main one that's...
Yep, she was rebounds, and then Callie Rodney.
And Rodney.
Yep.
That's right.
But Callie, didn't she get hurt?
Yep.
Yeah.
She got hurt, but I mean, she still brought a lot to the table, and she brought a lot to the table before she got hurt too.
Yep.
But, yeah, those are probably... So, whatever that record is, I think...
13-9?
Yeah.
13-9 with that?
Something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we were around.
So...
I said
that's solid.
I said 15.
Yes,
that's enough to get you 3 in the South at least.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yep.
We'll be watching. We'll be watching.
Well, good.
Absolutely.
What the heck? Now that I'm here, you guys better be watching.
Sure.
Absolutely, we will. All right, Jared, what do you?
What is your guilty pleasure song?
Oh, jeez. Everyone on the team knows mine because I always put it on the mixtape and they all hate it. But Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Wow.
I know every single word, and I always put it on the mixtape for my song, and I always go off when it goes on.
I'm all in on that.
That's great.
I'm all in on that.
That is
That's
great.
awesome.
I love it.
Did you watch the show?
Of course. Of course. And then,
great show.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once you knew how to rap the words, or not rap, but they're kind of talking or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my song now. I was like,
Just
I know it.
on it.
I was like, the people I vibe with will know the words, and everyone else, we'll see about them.
That's great.
Sure.
We want to go one more each?
Thinking one more.
One more each?
Yeah. Then we'll do closing thoughts. Yeah.
Yep.
What has been your favorite place on the road? What town, what city did you like the most?
Geez, that is a good question. Well, I personally like Concordia because that's my hometown game. But that's the game where everyone in Anoka has. This year it's December 17th at 7:00. But
write it down.
Write it down. But I know all the people in Anoka and all the people in the cities are December 17th at Concordia, be there. So it's good to see my parents, and they'll always bring Cane's or Chick-fil-A as a little not to trigger anything.
Don't
but
we are a big Cane's house.
Getting shivers.
So yeah, they always drop stuff off, and it'll be fun. So definitely Concordia, just to see the fam and all the people.
Absolutely. Okay, last question I had. So what all sports did you play in high school, and was basketball your favorite sport to play in high school?
Yeah, so I played...
Huge volleyball girl.
Yeah, huge volleyball girl.
Kind of figured.
Not try to flex. All conference, all that.
Oh, yeah.
Was very good at volleyball also.
Give me that.
Outside or middle?
Middle.
Okay.
So, played that, and then basketball, and then I did throwing for 1 year, and then I was the baseball
nice.
manager of our team. Because if you want to play off-season basketball and be in like a good program, you'll practice in the spring. So it was kind of, but yeah, I think when it came down to it, I really liked both of them. But I don't think my family knew as much about volleyball. Like they just weren't as passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'll just play.
On
Not
the
you know
basketball.
what, but I have been playing basketball forever. And,
Yeah.
you know, they kind of understand the game. So it was really fun to
Ooh.
have everyone. My dad, if you see my dad at the games, he gets really competitive for
Love
basketball.
it. Love
for
it.
volleyball, he's like,
Not
Good
really
job.
sure what I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think you made the right choice.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Last one here. Favorite show on Netflix?
Favorite show on Netflix? Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't remember if this is on Netflix or Hulu,
That's fine.
but I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's called Only Murders in the Building. It's that new one with
No.
Selena Gomez and
I've
Oh, my
seen.
girl Selena.
that
I've
guy,
seen-
exactly,
Okay.
and the guy from I think Cheaper by the Dozen, Steve Martin.
Wow.
Steve
Steve
Martin.
Martin.
It's
The Pink Panther.
Seriously, you guys need to watch it. It's fake, but it's all these actors come in and there's a murder in their building and they like create a podcast because they're all podcast friends and they're like solving this murder.
Wow.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
check it out.
yeah, I think it's on Hulu or Netflix. It's called How to
Okay.
Get Away with Murder. A ton of just random celebrities come in all the time and are like just seen on there, and so I think it's hilarious.
We'll have
But
to check it out.
Definitely will have to check that
for
out.
sure.
Sounds like it's up our alley.
That's awesome. Well, great.
Okay.
Great questions. Great answers.
Yeah. We're going to do our closing thoughts here, folks. I'll lead it off. What do I got here today? What was I thinking about today? You know, actually, I want to see you shoot more. That's what I'm going to say for closing thoughts.
Okay.
We want to see you go to
Oh,
town in the
we-
paint.
You know what?
Okay, Dad.
We all want to see you shoot more.
Okay,
we
Dad.
can all stand by that.
Okay, Dad.
Come on
And he's
now.
been telling me the same stuff since
Fall-
freshman year,
Yeah.
you guys. In
Ball
Cleveland
gets in
Hall.
the paint. Go to work, Lily. Go to
But I
work.
want to see it. We're
True.
pulling for you.
Yeah.
We're
Absolutely.
pulling for you. What do you got, Bo?
My closing thoughts. So what's in the water that you girls drink that your free throw percentage is just grossly high?
Yeah.
Like,
did
do
we
you guys
see it?
seriously shoot 100 free throws a day?
And that's so funny because we just had a scrimmage and Coach Webb was like, I think we shot like 87% in the scrimmage or something. And Coach Webb was like, all these people asked me if we practice free throws, and we practice free throws for like 2 minutes at the end
Wow.
of practice just for
I'm
fun.
amazed by that.
I thought for sure you guys like practice it a ton.
What did we
Bucket
just?
jetters.
What did we just read? What was the?
We just looked at the stats.
Wasn't it 80?
Last year it was
So-
like you guys were 82% from the line as a team.
I think we were like 1 or 2 in the league or something.
Sadie was like 55 for 58 or something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, Coach Webb is
That's-
very much, you either know how to shoot free throws or you don't, and we're
Free
just
throws
doing
is
it.
kind of one of those things for a lot of people. You kind of have the touch, or you don't.
Or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 80-some
I
percent.
cannot.
That's
Yeah. You guys.
super impressive.
That shocks me that you don't practice it. That's great.
Mine, go figure, is back to school. Okay, the good old MBA program. Well, me and my pal here, Lily, we finally caught a break. So we're preparing to take a midterm exam, 50 questions, straightforward, multiple choice. And the professor decided to upload the answer key and give us all the answers, highlighted in red, or in her case, different font.
I'm going to vote for
So-
that to happen more often.
That is a huge play.
Push for that to happen.
I want to
more
thank the professor for your mistake, but I also want to thank everybody else in the class who
Yes.
often.
didn't
For being a
narc,
bro.
Yes.
who didn't narc,
Yes.
and took into consideration my feelings and Lily's feelings, because we're academic weapons. Okay,
Academic weapons.
so
That's
that is
great.
my closing thought. I finally caught a break.
Thank goodness nobody emailed or something. That's the same thing as the kid standing up.
Yeah.
Teacher, do we have
any homework
got
for the
any homework
weekend?
for the weekend? No.
Come on, man.
Sit down, sit down.
No.
Come on.
I'm out that room already. I'm
Yeah,
out that room.
Brutal.
Okay.
So what, Lily? You got any closing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
yes,
give you
fire away.
Anything on your
mind?
mind?
Literally anything.
Anything good, bad? Get off your chest.
Jeez. Okay, this is kind of something crazy that I'm going to say, but I saw this on TikTok the other day, so I know other people are thinking it. I had always wondered why eggs were vegan, because, you know, vegan
Okay.
is why people, like, So if you're vegan, you don't eat animal products, but the reason behind that is because of cruelty towards animals.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But hens are still gonna lay eggs, and not all eggs have chickens in them. They have to be fertilized.
Right, they gotta be
So I
fertilized,
never understood there's no harm because the hens are having the eggs anyway. I don't know. That's what I thought. Saw it on TikTok, so I know someone else is thinking it.
Galvin, or whatever, Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis
doing the adding up.
quadratic formula with X over some root or something.
I never thought about that either. Well, that's interesting.
So yeah. But I want to say thank you.
That is.
For having me on your show.
We're
I'm so excited to be the first guest.
So glad you joined us.
First girl. So
it was
maybe
awesome.
I'll get another appearance. We'll see if I did a good job.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, this was great. Yeah, make sure, once again, you guys check out the videos, leave a like and subscribe, and we'll check you guys out next time. Peace out.
See you, nerds.